तुम्हाला माहित आहे का ॲक्सिस मॅक्स लाईफ
जो तुम नहीं मिले तो अब क्या प्यार करना छोड़ दे, दिल के टुकड़े जोड़ कर क्या फिर से उनको तोड़ दे। तू नहीं मिली तो अब क्या ही किसी को दोष दे, हाँ दोष दे। मैं तोड़ा हुआ फूल जो जमीन पर ही रह गया, धूप ना मिली तो मुझको छाँव में ही रह गया। धूल जमती जिस किताब पर वो बन के रह गया, मैं रह गया तुझसे मिला।
Welcome back, guys, to another live stream. Here we go again. This is the part 8 of reading 30 minutes challenge. So let's start reading. We have covered the at least half a journey with this book called Corporate Chanakya. Okay, we are on page number 121. We are on page number 121, guys. So we have to read this for 30 minutes as a challenge. I will start the timer here. Started. Guys, you can see the timer. So let's start reading for 30 minutes only. Then we will go to, then we will stop this streaming. So where we at? So we are at 68. What a leader should not do. And this is the book for whatever the chapters that we have for business and like people's. So let's start. What a leader should not do. During one of my training programs, while discussing the leadership qualities described by Chanakya, a participant observed, it would have sounded more positive if the session was called What a Leader Should Do. I explained that the title of the session, which emphasized what leaders should not do, was by design rather than by fault. The human mind works in a certain pattern, and studies reveal that we become more alert when we hear negative words. Such words as danger, death, and destruction have the power to move a person from lethargy to activity. So, continuing his 10-part series, we now look at a few more things a leader should not do. Reasons for dissatisfaction of subjects by doing harm to principal men and dishonoring those worthy of honor, by opposing the elders, by partiality and falsehood. In the above verses, the emphasis is on three key ideas: respect for elders, being impartial, and not engaging in falsehood. Respecting elders and principal men. So we have to respect our elders and the principal men, which is ongoing that particular things. A society which does not respect elders and men of knowledge cannot survive for long. So we have to respect for our elders to survive for long. Okay, the Sanskrit word for elders is vriddha. The word elder here has two meanings: one, a person who is elder by age, and the second, a person who is elder by wisdom. It is natural to respect any person who is elder to us by age. We find that across Asian cultures, respecting elders has been people with a lot of knowledge or wisdom, who also command respect even they are vriddhas. One of the reasons why young managers from the top business schools land high salaries and top positions is the knowledge they bring into the company. Such young but senior people should always be respected and never dishonored. Do not oppose them. Listen to their views before taking any decision. Not being partial in conflict management, the best thing to do is to do what is correct. Do not favor those who are wrong. even if they are people closest to you. On the other hand, always support those who are right, even if they are not known to you. Partiality demoralizes everyone in an organization. So be even minded and take an objective view before making any move. Not indulging in falsehood. Satyameva Jayate says the Indian national emblem, but almost everyone thinks this cannot be practiced in today's world. This is not true. The reality is that we do not have patience to wait. All the top companies that practice good governance look for long term benefits. Focusing on research and development, people strategy over tactics, etc., are key aspects of success for such organization. Therefore, you should not support falsehood. What a leader should not do. A students once asked me, do businessmen think only for money, only of money all the time? I reply, the answer to this is very subjective. However, there are many other things that the businessman needs to think through even for making money. Being financially successful, which is the basic requirement, is determined by other parameters like goodwill, service levels, and also commitment from your very own people. Now we will look at some more factors highlighted by the Chanakya that the leader should be alert about. Reasons for dissatisfactions of subjects by not equating what is done, by not carrying out what is settled. In other words, a businessman also has to think about his subordinates who become unhappy when they are not paid for what they have done. And secondly, when their leaders become complacent, not paying for what is done. The economic cycle of a business is dependent on cash flow from one person to other. The client pays for the service to the provider. They in turn pay their employees and suppliers. The suppliers will have to pay their suppliers. Even if one link in the chain breaks, there will be disharmony. Therefore, a leader needs to pay his dues to everyone on time. After completing a job, always pay the people involved. Not being complacent, an entrepreneur started a business and struggled a lot. Finally, his business became financially successful. He then went to his mentor and asked, Sir, now my business is doing well. What should I do? The mentor advised, Go start another business. This is where the real fun begins. The spirit of being industrious needs to be carried forward. After having learned all about how to start and run a business, one should never become complacent. In fact, use your know how to start the other businesses and projects. Till this point, you required a mentor. Now you can become a mentor to other struggling businessmen, continuing who have continuing what you have started. Starting another business does not mean that you must stop your first venture. From being a person you who work on the specific details of the first business, you can now move on to the supervisory level. You still need to drive the sales of the first business, but adopt a holistic approach. Your time will be spent between the first and the new business you have started. Manage both equal commitment. I was acting like a consultant for one of the India's biggest conglomerates. Conglomerates. Con- conglomerates. Conglomerate. I was acting as a consultant for one of India's biggest conglomerates. As we are discussing strategies, the director told me, for us, it is not about just running a business. We are in the business of running businesses. This is how great businessmen think. What a leader should not do. An employee's happiness or unhappiness is purely in the hands of the leader. With this, we become to the last two notes of caution for leaders. Chanakya continues, by the negligence and the indulgence of the king, and because of the destruction of well being, through this cause, decline, greed, and disaffection are produced in the subjects. A leader should never be careless. Even a small issue should not go unnoticed. Secondly, the employee's prosperity and the well being should never be disturbed. If a leader ignores this advice, the downfall of the organization begins. The primary reason why leaders tends to be negligent and indolent is lethargy. Without vision, greed takes over. The organization begins to break apart. Throughout this series of 10 chapters, the one clear message is be alert, keep watch over the others, and also over yourself. Some tips on being alert: be in touch with the last man. The challenge for any government is to check if the last man in the last village is happy. Till that is achieved, a leader's work is not complete. At times, we find that what is reported is only the success of few people. As a leader, never go by these reports. Be on the ground yourself. Regularly track what even the peon or driver feels. Talk with them. Understand what keeps them going or makes them feel frustrated. Take corrective steps. Take time out without a reason. In the corporate world, most of the work done is based on the agendas, results, and targets. It's important to open up your mind. It gives a fresh outlook on to the organizations. There should be at least a small part of your day when you do nothing. The space that this creates in your mind will give a new insight into the work one does. With that insight, apply new techniques. Keep watch. Keep an eye over the people. Keep watch on what it is happening in the industry. Keep a watch on changes in the surroundings and your society. All things in the world are interconnected. A small change in some other place will affect you soon, in some way or the other. Therefore, keep yourself updated and informed in all matters. In this 10-part series, we dealt with the 21 points that the leader should avoid doing. A student once said to me, "Sir, this is very difficult to follow as I can't remember so many points." Well, one does not have to remember them all. If you practice even one of these rules, the remaining will follow. They are interconnected, just start. That is the only way to be sure if these techniques work. Good luck on the journey to discover the leader in you. We have come to the part 2, which is management. Let's start with the part 2 of management. We have 19 minutes left. 19 minutes. Let's start with the management. Employees, safety and security. The days of conventional wars, when kingdoms or nations fought with weapons like swords and later with sophisticated and more disastrous mass destruction weapons, are over. Now wars are being fought between the democracies with terrorism. The nature of these wars is more complex. This is the time when the importance of security cannot be undermined. Terrorists target common people, the battlefields are public places, and their aim is to disturb economies. Corporate setup are soft targets, and the only weapon we have is vigilance. Vigilance to prevent problems and the knowledge to fight back unanticipated disasters. Chanakya says, from the guard not reporting to the CTA superintendent an offense committed during the night, whether by the animate or the inanimate, the punishment shall be conformity with the offense. Also, in case of negligence, this means an alert security person should be very alert. He has to report to his superiors, every single offense that has been committed. He cannot take any seen or unseen moment for granted. If his superior also does not do this, even he shall be punished. A special focus has to be given to corporate security personnel in the following manner. Extra training. The guards, watchmen, and the other security guards in your organizations have to be given extra training and information about the country scenario. This should be brief about the threats faced by the country and the religions specifically. You can also take the help of the local police. or intelligence agency to give them the latest updates and about the security measures suggested by the local state and the union government. Support the security guards. All the employees have to be made aware of the alarming situation we are in. They should cooperate with the security officials, being frisked and having your bags and personal belongings checked should not be taken as an act calculated to offend him. Do not feel insulted or shame. The security personnel is performing his duty. Be a part of the system and help the system protect us. Work as a team. It is important to note that it is not the duty of only the security guards to ensure security. Each employee has to play his or her rule role. Even security guards are human, working round the clock to ensure safety. Understand their problems as well. Note that we have to work as a team. Today, the nation, its economy, corporate houses, and our lives are under threat, and we have to rise and fight. Selecting the right manners. Selecting the right manners. We are on the chapter number 72. 15 minutes left. Let's fucking go and read this shit. An executive manager plays a key role in a successful functioning of a company. His selection and appointment is very important for the growth of the organization. Headhunters and placement agencies provide resources and services for hiring the right candidate. However, the parameters have to be set by the employer. Kautilya in his Arthashastra gives us detailed guidelines to follow while selecting managers who are fresh management trainees and also those who are experienced and need to be directly recruited for higher responsibilities. A. Selection of management trainees. Book 1, Chapter 5 points out the various qualities that must be tested by the Human Resource Department when it hunts for management trainees during campus interviews. Kautilya says that the trainable person is one who has following 6 qualities. Desire to learn, should be open-minded. Open-minded is nothing but the open-minded means like it should be desire of having learnings. After learning all the theories of management, a trainee should be eager to learn the practical side of it from seniors. Listening, effective listening ability. Listening is hearing plus thinking. Okay. Listening is not only listening, it's about hearing plus thinking. He should be able to understand what is expected from him. Okay. Ability to reflect. He should be able to analyze the situation from various perspectives, from both logical and creative thinking is required in the field of management. Ability to reject false views. He should be able to reach his own conclusions. He should be able to understand various points of view. Intent on truth, not on person. This is the ability to separate the person from the problem. He should be able to stick to the truth that he has reached after his own careful analysis. Selection of experienced managers. The quality that must be tested before recruiting a person from another organization is given in Book 1, Chapter 9 of Arthashastra, Technical competence. This must be tested with the help of those people more learn in that science. Intelligence, perseverance, and dexterity. His experience should also be coupled with the intelligence to understand the crux of any problems. Sorry, my bad. He should also have the ability to progress in spite of various hindrances. Eloquence, boldness, and presence of mind. He must have the ability to make quick decisions and personality that reflects confidence. Eloquence also means to communicate words in a brief yet effective manner. Ability to bear trouble during emergencies. The true test of a good manager becomes during a crisis. He should be able to shoulder all the responsibility and execute an immediate action plan. Uprightness, friendliness, and firmness of devotion while dealing with others. He should be a people's man. Management is the ability to get the work done from the right people. Strength of character. Moral strength and ethical dealings have to be conveyed by action rather than just words. We are on chapter 73, bro. We have 11 minutes left. Deciding rank. Deciding rank. Degrees and certificates can never guarantee the results of manager can produce. Some of the best managers never completed their formal educations. Neither Bill Gates nor Henry Ford needed an MBA before starting their respective companies. A CEO has to be focused on the results a person can bring about while recruiting his team managers, not only their qualifications. Kautilya says, from the capacity of doing work is the ability of the person judged, and in accordance with the ability by suitably distributing rank among the ministers and assigning place, time, and work to them, he should appoint all the ministers. While the job responsibilities are being delegated to team members, Kautilya outlines five focus areas for the CEO. Capacity. The capacity for doing work is the key factor in understanding a person's ability. Only an able person can bring out the best results. In many organizations, managers are recruited based on influence. However, if the person is not capable, the professionalism of the company suffers. One may get the chair based on the influence, but the chair will not let you be there for long. Rank designation. Rank and designation should be given based on the candidate's ability. In the current corporate world, we find the ranks are distributed freely. Even freshers are given senior positions without examining their output. The distribution of designation should be done based on the result produced. This is the key to success, particularly for many family managed businesses in India. Plus, a person needs to be appointed at the right place. In most country industries, if a new branch is being opened, a preference is given to the local candidate. This is because he will understand more about that particular region than others. In the tourism industry, every traveler prefers a local guide to an outsider, as more locals know more details. Time. Timing has to be assigned to the person. First, the time by when he must join the project. Then the time frame has to be agreed upon to finish the project. Time bound targets have to be set in order to bring out the best in the person. Work. The work expected to be done by the particular manager has to be defined. Management by objectives. A concept of key result area gives a definite focus to the manager. This should be followed by a proper and a regular feedback system. When the above areas have been taken into account, it saves a lot of future misunderstanding and complications. Clear communication and an agreement to achieve the defined results not only makes a person effective but also makes the organization productive. Stopping attrition. The biggest challenge faced by any company is that of attrition. When employees leave the organization, tackling this is the most important task of any and every HR department. Strategies and policies are eternally formulated to solve this problem. After all, continuous training, promotions, and hikes in salaries are not enough to stem attrition. Kautilya suggests he should favor those contented with additional wealth and honor. He should appropriate with gifts and consolation those who are disconnected in order to make them contented. There are generally two types of employees, content and discontent. Kautilya gives us tip about handling these two types. According to him, ignoring the employees who seem content, those who do not ask for promotion or pay rise, is a very bad HR strategy. Every person works in the organization for his salary. Just because of the employee seems content does not mean that he or she really is. Such people just need a bigger offer from a competitor and they will be gone like the wind. Hence, if you see a content employee, favor him with additional wealth, award, and also increments. You will find that they will be moral loyal to you. Why? Well, you understood their needs even before they expressed their feelings. After this, there would be no unions or strike. 7 minutes left. Let's go, bro. As for those who are very restless and discontent, give gifts and other notable benefits to them as well. to retain them in the organizations. There are a few more useful tips that can be followed to avoid attrition. Give importance to HRD, Human Resource Development Department. Most top managements consider the HR department to be very ordinary and merely the administrative part of their organization. Its function is only to recruit, train employees, and maintain their records. In fact, each and every manager should consider the HR to be the top priority in their agenda. Work on your people. You only then will your people work for you. CEO should be a mentor. A CEO should be a friend, philosopher, guide, and to all the employees. Running the business is only a small part of his job. His main job is to be a teacher and train people to become future leaders. He should use his years of experience in running a business to train others to do the same. Create your own culture instead of copying from others. Develop your own culture, an organizational culture that is unique. Others can copy your product and services, but never your culture. Such a culture should be friendly and open. Every employee should feel that he is a part of a family. Break all the rules. Get out of your cabin and spend more time with your staff. Let your organizations be the one where everyone feels proud to work. Chapter number 75, Changing Jobs. Let's face it, there comes a point in each and every person's careers where he feels like running away from his routine, almost mundane job. He feels like taking up the higher responsibility and earning more than what he is currently getting. For such people, Kautilya advises one who is conservant with the ways of the world would seek service with the king, endow with personal excellences and the excellences of material constituents through such a dear and beneficial to the king. Such an experienced person who is equipped with the know-how of his work should definitely seek higher responsibilities. If not, he will feel depressed, stressed, and underutilized. He should approach the king, leaders of organization, and after recounting or presenting a summary of his experience and results achieved in the past, should ask for a better job. Now, changing jobs does not mean changing organizations. You can change jobs even within the organizations. However, while doing so, one should keep in mind the benefits that he can bring to the owner, not just to himself. It is very important to remember that while one is being however, while doing so, one should keep in mind the benefits that he can bring the owner, not just to himself. It is very important to remember that while one is being interviewed for higher positions or responsibilities, the interviewer will always consider the benefits the recruiting firm can get. Hence, keep that foremost in mind. Steps that will help you take up higher responsibilities, gather experience. Experience counts a lot when it comes to going up in life. Learn from everyone and everything possible. Update your knowledge and gather some good skills. The more experienced you are, the better your chances of going up in life. Prepare a document. While approaching the people who could promote to you or give you new responsibilities, always carry documents which show you are successful endeavors. CVs, portfolios, certificates, press cuttings, reports of the projects you have handled. All this could be helpful. Talk about their benefits. During the interview, it is very important to discuss the benefits that you can give to your organization. Talk in terms of definite numbers. Do a little bit of research as you prepare for the interview. Whatever new assignments you take up, you have to leave your mark. Bob Dole, a former American leader who ran for the US presidency, once said, "When it's all over, it's not what who you were, it's whether you made a difference." 76, for the first step. Most of us wait for the right opportunity to start looking for your dream job. We wait for wanted advertisements to appear in the newsletters. before even thinking of making the next jumps in our careers. Even businessmen wait for information to get the dream contract. This is a big mistake. Even if our dream job or project is currently not available in the market, we can create the opportunity. Chanakya was a very great believer in making efforts ourselves rather than depending on fate or destiny to shape up situations. He says, one trusting in fate, being devoid of human endeavor, perishes because he does not start undertakings or his undertakings have miscarried. Obviously, if opportunities don't knock on your doors, we go to the opportunities and knock on the doors. Now, how does one do that? Here are few tips. Know your strengths. Before you go around banging on doors, do a little bit of introspections. Know your strength, focus on what you are good at. Chanakya calls his person Swadharma. Create your dream work or project to which you can deliver better than others. Prepare your resume or business plan, clearly highlighting your past experience and what makes you different from the others. Tap the right person. A good resume or business plan is not enough in itself. We have to market ourselves. For this, it is important to know who the right people are and which companies would like to use our services. Mail your proposals, call up and ask for appointment. Finally, turn up on time and have a word with the right people. A face-to-face meeting in an absolute must. Don't wait for someone to call you. These are many companies that have vacancies on projects to be executed but do not advertise. Be clear about the financials. So it's a time. It's a time, bro. We have covered about a lot, bro. Like we are on 138 page number. So that's it for today. That's it for today, guys. We are running late for the job. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Bye bye.
मिला दे या तुझको बुला दे जहन से वो मेरे खुदा, तुझसे मिला दे।